G'day everyone, Kevin Hillier and Gary Turner here with a look at the games from the Western Region Footy League from the weekend. Let's start smackers by having a look at the Division 3 games, the winners. The radio game we were at, we saw Sunshine Heights, pretty impressive against Sanctuary Lakes. Tarneet were too good for Braybrook, and Wyndham Suns in the other game lost to Parkside. So season's starting to sort of shape up. We're starting to see we're all going to finish up.
Yeah, it is. And I got it wrong. I thought Sunshine Heights, the big ground, wouldn't suit them, but it did. And obviously it helps with the key forward in Privateri, who was outstanding today, kicked 8 goals for and led them on their way. Well led by Dimitri, who fed him off and got a couple himself. But they were impressive. Tarneet had to do what they had to do, didn't they? Their new recruits, obviously Molivus with 5 goals, Dan Janowski, Mitchell, who we all know is a class player, was really good. And Parkside, with that forward line that Nick just sits back and puts them in drive, and they come through with the goods again with obviously Dorwood leading the way down there.
Yep. Yeah, it's starting to shape up as the team to beat in Division 2 or Parkside. In Division 3, sorry, now Division 2. Round 3 results, we saw Yarraville Seddon beat Auburnvale. North Footscray got over Manor Lakes, very determined Manor Lakes too. And Newport got up for a win over West Footscray.
Yeah, it's really good for that. West Footscray, they've been thereabouts, haven't they, for the first 2 games. Just got to get the four-quarter effort, which I reckon will come in the second half of the year. Yarraville, who knows what happens. They've got a couple of guns up their sleeve that we still don't know much about, and they've got 6 senior players running around the second, so obviously their depth. And North Footscray, with a forward line that they've improved on with Montebruno, who we all know kicked 5 goals, but they've thrown in Buddy now. Lucas Hall, that's been around, is a really good player for them, and can't wait for that match up in a couple of weeks' time.
Yeah, that'll be a beauty when Yarraville take on North Footscray. Now, Division 1 games. Wyndham Vale were good early, but in the end, Deer Park just got over the top of them. St Albans have been disappointing. Sunshine have been surprising and got another win, so they've got a big game coming up next week. Hoppers Crossing, too good for Caroline Springs. Altona and Werribee Districts. Altona finally got their first win of the year. Not surprising, though. And Spotswood remain the only undefeated team in the competition.
Yeah, and who would have thought that, Kev? That,
Not me.
But obviously, with a good pre-season under their belt and a new coach, everything's been turned around there, and they were really impressive today, really hitting the scoreboard hard. Altona, their first win, they've waited a long time, but that'll set up their season now. They have, as Sardi would not like me to say this, but they have got an easier draw now, and they could be 3-3 in a couple of weeks' time. Hoppers Crossing, after half-time, sensational, 13 goals in that last quarter there. Matty Ryan, BOG, led the way without Wade Skipper, who we thought would dominate. So Harley Weston stepped up there and took out the points for that. Yeah, St Albans, gee, last week they were really impressive, and this week obviously their turnovers and that are costly, but Sunshine, they've been impressive their last 3 weeks, and Costello with 6 goals, Abbott has come good, and Deer Park with young James Condos again with 5 goals. That's what's that, 12 or 13 for the last 2 weeks, and Shannon Burns, we all know, is a class player. They had a good win over Wyndham Vale.
Yeah, some good results there. That wraps up a look at the 3 rounds, the 3 divisions. Back with more later in the week, a preview of all the games coming up in the Western Region Footy League. Get out and see some local footy.